your boy Jones N Mann, and I'm back at you with a Basil Hayden red wine finish. Red wine cask finish. All right, here it is. So, the folks over there at Beam have been churning them out, because like I got subtle smoke, boom. There was toasted. First of all, let me just, I guess that's second of all at this point. I didn't know how much I did not like the t-shirt on the t-shirt label on the bottle until they came out with these. With the Gucci belt buckle, with the Basil Hayden belt buckle on there, man, this is fire design. You know, when you look at subtle smoke, which technically they're kind of repeating the process, because you got burn on the subtle smoke, whereas you got a red wine stain here on the red cask finish. But man, it's a clean, sharp looking bottle. I bought this when I was in Tennessee. I have no clue of how much I paid for it, which y'all wouldn't expect anything different. I think Basil Hayden's are about 6 to 8 years old, so I don't think that this would be any different. The difference is this is also second cask aged, and right here it says secondary finished in California red wine cask. The special release is ripe with cherries, dried fruit, and a note of charred oak. I'll be the judge of that. But, you know, I don't know. I haven't tried it. So I say, let's bust it down. But I am a fan of trying these new things and seeing if they can make a big difference. Because I was a fan of subtle smoke, but I really wasn't a fan of the toasted. Which has led me to believe that I'm not a fan of toasted oak barrels anyway. So, I haven't tried the Mickners yet, but so far everything I've tried, I really haven't been super impressed by it. So let's do what we do. Let's, and that's a really nice note right there in the air. Very fruity. Wow. So, there's such there's like a slight bit of what you would typically expect to smell when you open up a Basil Hayden bottle. Little bit of oak. It's coming in at 80 proof. I don't think Basil Hayden makes anything over 80 proof. I think, yeah, 80 proof. But then there is this sweet tart, the little bitty candies, fruity note. Oh, it makes it smell like this is going to be delicious. I wish, let's look. Color looks about the same. So I don't think it took a lot of red, or at least they blended it out. But let's give it a taste. If you can tell from my hypeness, this is probably not my first cocktail of the evening. So, but we still going to go in for a second little taste here. Wow. You know, basil is light and soft, proof-wise, and just mash bill. I think I heard somebody, if I'm not mistaken, this was high rye, but there's a little bit of pepperiness that dances on the tongue, but it is it's like fairies dancing on your tongue. There's not a lot of oak in this. It's like a dark red fruitiness kind of deal. Wow, that is super duper pleasurable. I'm gonna put it on the rocks, but it really doesn't. Like, the only reason why I would put this on the rocks was to get it cold, but not from a proofing standpoint, not from a heat or aggression standpoint. It is subtle. It is very subtle. Wow, and it just smells so rosy and fruity on the palate. I mean, on the nose. Yeah. Now, on the rocks, I will say that you lose a little bit of the fruitiness, and it kind of turns to like a dark red wine. You know, there's a little bitterness to it. So this is one I probably would enjoy best over the rocks. I mean, I told y'all I've been sipping a little bit. This is probably one I would enjoy best neat, but I wonder if there was a way to get it cold. This is the time of year where you sit by a fireplace with some friends or outside at the fire pit, roasting marshmallows and sipping Basil Hayden Red Cask. I like that. And I want to say this is probably in the neighborhood of about 40 bucks. That fruitiness is there. It's present. Probably should have wiped that out a little bit, but let me just see. Totally different nose, even with residue from this one being in the glass. Yeah. Totally different. Totally. Like two completely different, two completely different bottles for sure. But wow, like I think anybody tasting these two would discern a drastic difference between the two. I still like this, but this is definitely smokier on the palate. However, this is just fruity and pleasurable. It is like which I don't really drink red wine, but how I imagine red wine drinkers to enjoy a nice glass of red wine. Wow. I'm going to say Basil Hayden's done it again. At 40 bucks, I know I'm going to get flack about the proof. Yes, it's 80 proof. But everything you drink doesn't have to be 100 proof. Are there some things that you can get higher proof for less dollar amount? Yes, we're not debating that fact. What we're going to is to say, one, after you taste this, is it pleasurable? And I would say yes. Two, is it at a right price point at 40 bucks? I say yes. If you compare it to old granddad's a better buy because you got 100 proof for 20 bucks. However, at 40 bucks, there's been some stuff at 40 bucks that I've tasted that I probably haven't enjoyed this much. This is nice. This is different, but this is nice. So there you have it, folks. 3.5 on this Basil Hayden red wine cask. If you like red wine, if you like a little fruity, not necessarily sweet, but fruity in your whiskey, I think this is a definite pick up and buy for you. Basil's, they cranking it out. I'll see you next time. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the TikTokers. And you can grab all kinds of fabulous things at www.JonesNmann.com. Click the link. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Drink 'em.